Let's talk about 10.2a. So first things first, let's talk about, so we know what the center of a circle is. The center is the thing that names the circle. So here, the center of this circle would be A. So let's talk about the central angle. The central angle of any circle is any angle where the vertex is the center, is on the center of the circle. So for example, if I had a circle and the center was point P, the central angle, let's say this was an angle here and this was A and B, the central angle would be angle A, P, B. Point P being the center of that circle. So that would be a central angle. Next, if an arc's endpoints are the endpoints of the diameter, then the arc is called the semicircle. So go to our previous example. From arc A to B, this would be arc AB, and we'd write it as AB with a little curve on top. If we had a circle now, and this was point P, and it goes straight across, because the diameter is straight across and it goes through the center, and let's call this also A to B. This arc here from A going around to B would be a semicircle from A to B. And if you notice that the circle has two semicircles, both of which are the exact same length. It's just half of the circle. Semicircle is half of the circle. Next, if the arc is not the semicircle, then the circle has what we would like to call a minor arc and a major arc. So the semicircle is half of the circle, which is it's 180 degrees. The minor arc, minor being small, so the minor arc is less than 180 degrees. So any arc that is less than 180 degrees. Whereas the major arc is a big arc that is more than 180 degrees. So here in this picture here, the minor arc is this small arc AB. So we say AB. The major arc is everything else on the circle. So it goes all the way around, starting at A, go round to D, go to B. So we can say ADB. Or you could say BDA. Both are the same. So you could say BD and A. Those are the same name for the major arc. The measure of a minor arc is the same measure as the central angle. So here, if you look at this picture on the side, the measure of the minor arc, being the small one, BC, is the same as the central angle, which is 74 degrees. Now to find the measure of the major arc is you take 360. So a circle is 360 all the way around, and you subtract that from the minor arc. So measure of BDC, the major arc, is 360 minus 74. That gives us 286 degrees. So the major arc, this big one, is 286 degrees. So let's try this out. Apply some of this. So RS, well, that's given. That's 110. Now they want RTS. You find the big one. That's the major arc. So we do 360 minus 110. That gives us 250 degrees. The next one is RST. RST being from here to here. If you notice, there's a straight line that goes through the center that meets it. That's a semicircle. And all semicircles are 180 degrees. Next is adjacent arcs. Adjacent arcs are two arcs that are in the same circle that intersect exactly 1 point. So here, name two adjacent arcs from this picture. So we can say BA and AD are adjacent because they're right next to each other. So we can say arc BA and arc AD are adjacent. Non-adjacent arcs are just arcs that don't touch. So if we name BA, the other one that does not touch BA is DC. Okay. Then the next one is the arc addition postulate. So the arc addition postulate basically says the measure of two arcs formed by the two adjacent ones is the sum of the two arcs. Okay, so if I had a whole circle here, and this was A to B to C, we can say the measure of arc AB plus the measure of BC equals the whole thing of AC, measure of arc AC. So these two, this small piece add up with this small piece equals this whole longer piece right there. Okay, so let's try this out. First, let's try GE. GE is this distance here, and it's 40 plus 80. That gives us 120 degrees. GEF, well, I just found GE. GEF is 120 plus the 110, this other part here, 110, that gives me 230 degrees. So that whole thing. So now they ask, what's the GF? GF is what's left. So all I have to do is just take 360, because it's 360 all the way around, subtract 230. That gives me about 130 degrees for GF. So these are our answers right here.